Hello, vinyl community. My name is Chris with 1441 Vinyl. I'm also the owner of 1441 Engraving, and that's kind of how I got into wanting to make this video. Been into vinyl now for a couple of years, and I've been watching all kinds of channels in the VC, and there are a couple of them that just stand out. Fairly new channel is Michael over at 45 RPM Audiophile, and this is going to be a submission for his 600 subs contest, which, weird enough, I checked before we got online here on the video, and he's over almost 1,200 subscribers now, so he's just blowing up. So I do want to thank him for helping with some of the knowledge of a lot of the jazz albums that I've been getting into lately and listening and spinning and so forth. So a couple other people I want to thank real quick. Dylan over at Noble Records. I've gotten to know him personally. Great guy, and his knowledge of music is unbelievable. So he's my go-to for questions about music, and he's just his content over at Noble Records is really awesome. Also, Melinda Murphy, I enjoy watching your videos. Your smiling face, you're always in a good mood, and it always lifts me up, especially if I'm having a rough day or whatever. So Chris from Tunes from the Man Cave, again, the information that you're putting out about jazz is great, and I thank you for that. And it's fun to watch you because you're a goofball like I am. So that's really it. Those are the people that know me, that I've either dealt with social media wise, that I enjoy their channels, and then the other people that don't know me, but I really do watch their channels quite a bit, and I've learned a lot, is Mazzy, over at Norman Maslov channel. Mazzy, thank you for your information, and just your love of music is infectious, so thank you for that. I've got my notes here, that's why I keep looking down. Frank over at channel 33 RPM. Again, totally infectious attitude. I appreciate you, your channel very much, and your information, so thank you for that. And Mike over at the In Groove. Love your comparison videos, and I'm always watching your unboxings, and I don't know why I can't stop watching, but I can't. So I appreciate you guys. Chris, really, from Tunes from the Man Cave, you're like, just make the stupid video. And I'm like, I can't do it. And he's like, have you seen me? Anyway, so yeah, I have seen you, and I'm making a video. So this one's really for you, Chris. Unfortunately, this is the morning. I don't have a brew, but we can pretend, right? So anyhow, back to Michael. Michael at 45 RPM Audiophile. Hey, I really appreciate your channel and the information you're putting out. So I'm going to get into my records that I chose for your contest, right? So the first one, you said the overall best sounding album. This is a twofer. So, and I'm gonna split it up into different categories. So common records, because I don't have a ton of records, but common records that people would probably appreciate getting into jazz or getting into music, sorry. Anyhow, this one here, just an amazing sounding record, not a surprise to anybody. Kind of Blue, Miles Davis. This is the Mo-Fi edition, just amazing. So amazing, I'm not gonna get into it. People have done a million videos on this, but the sounding of the Mo-Fi edition is truly amazing. Get it if you can. Next one, no surprise at all, Analog Productions of Gets Gilberto. Gets Gilberto. Great sounding, amazing, and it's just a great record. I love how it sounds. Again, people have talked about this at length. There's no surprise that it's a great sounding album, and I love it. But this one, there are some people that talked about it, and some people haven't. Norah Jones, oh my goodness. Come Away With Me from Analog Productions. It's on 33. get it. Don't wait, get it. Oops. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so it's just lyrics. But get this record. You will not be disappointed. It's an amazing sounding record. Not only that, the music's gorgeous, and so is she, right? I mean, come on. So, if you're even a mild Nora Jones fan, you'll probably already have this record. And if you don't have the analog production version, you're missing out. So get that. That's another great sounding, overall great sounding record in my collection. Now, here comes the curveball. Curveball from a goofball. This one is a MoFi, but it's an under the radar MoFi. And I talked about this, I can't remember who I talked to on the phone. It might have been Dylan. I can't remember, so excuse me. But George Winston, Autumn. This thing is an amazing sounding record. They're not expensive. They're, I don't know, $5, $10 or whatever. You can find them. They're out there, but they're on this beautiful white label from Random Hill. And I'm not sure if you can see through it or not in the camera, but it's just like a one-step. They're semi-translucent, brown, vinyl. They're just amazing. Quiet. Again, you've got to be into piano soloing for George Winston, but it's super relaxing. He's got a great, I think December, his album December was one of his best-selling albums ever, and I think that was also a Mobile Fidelity produced album, mastered album. But if you like piano music, like Bill Evans, that sort of thing, this is super relaxed, super chill, piano solos, sounds amazing. Get it, and it's cheap. So add it to your collection, and yeah, you're gonna love it. So moving on, the live albums. So this is hard for me because I don't have a lot of live albums. So, and some of the ones that I'd like are just like pressed on vinyl from digital sources or whatever, from what I can tell. And they sound okay, but they're not like an analog, like Michael, like you would want to know about. So the first one is just no surprise to anybody. It's not the best sounding because I don't have it in the perfect shape. It's about a VG plus probably, but it's an amazing album, right? So Bill Evans, Sunday at the Village Vanguard, great. This is a Japanese pressing, so it is not terrible. It's not quiet. It's not as good as all these other, I don't know if Classic put one out, but Analog Productions, or, I mean, I can't even touch this record. The Japanese press sounds really good if you can get a really good copy of it. Sounds good. Who was it? The name's escaping me, Michael. Oh gosh. Anyways, they're putting Audiophile. They're only making 300 records per copy. They put out the mono version and the stereo version. I can't remember the darn name of it. Anyways, they're out in Europe, and you like them because you have that high-end system. I do not. I have a mediocre system, even if you call it that. I mean, look at my speakers, right? So I can't buy those, but anyways, the affordable ones, Bill Evans Trio, Sunday at the Village Vanguard. I mean, it sounds amazing. I mean, you can hear the people, the tinging of the glasses. I absolutely love that. I think it's great. It reminds me of seeing John Mayer one time before he hit it big. I saw him in DC by himself. He was just doing some gig in DC in a small club, and I had heard him on a compilation disc, and I was like, man, I got to go see this guy. So we went, we saw him, and there was probably 150 people, 100 people. I mean, it was a dinner place with a like a dinner joint with a stage in the corner. And he was just up there on his guitar playing, singing. And my mouth, I think, stayed open the whole entire time. His ability on guitar is amazing, and he can sing. He's not for everybody, but let me tell you something. The people in that establishment that night, I think were disrespectful. I mean, you're looking at one of the master guitarists, in my opinion. That guy can play guitar like there's no one's business. And he's on stage playing, and people are talking, oh yeah, how was your weekend, or whatever. And I'm like, what is everybody doing around here? How can you not pay attention to what's on stage? I mean, they're involved in talking about work and talking about this and that. And I was at awe. And so I always think about that when I listen to that Bill Evans Sunday at the Village Vanguard, because of the tinging of the glasses and the people talking in the background. And I can only imagine myself being there with my mouth open, amazed at how people are not paying attention to what is on stage in front of them. So anyway, so that's that. Another live album, which I really love, which I think this is like a limited edition now. It's the red, green, blue, and vinyl of Wings Over America. Really cool album. I just love how it sounds, and I love McCartney and Wings. It just sounds awesome. So a cool gatefold, if you can see it, yeah. So cool gatefold, Wings Over America. I think they have these in black vinyl as well. I just happened to pick it up on colored vinyl because it was limited, and why not? Let's see, remastered at Abbey Road Studios, 380 gram audiophile vinyl. There's a tour poster in here, but it's buried in here somewhere. So great album. I love the songs on it. Jet, Venus and Mars, Listen What the Man Said, Live and Let Die. I mean, classics, and it sounds good. So again, live, I don't really have a ton of live albums. There is a Dave Matthews that I enjoy. There is John Mayer Trio, which is really good. John Mayer live is pretty good as well. But again, I think they're from digital sources, but they still sound good. So I didn't show those. But moving on to special, hard to find or expensive albums. I do have some expensive albums, hard to find and special. First one that comes to mind is this one. This is a 1959 Miles Davis original stereo, VG Plus. Thing sounds amazing, and it is cool. Also next to it is the 50th anniversary, so 2009 edition of the Kind of Blue box set that Columbia put out. So I framed it. I thought that was kind of cool. So the original 59 is still in the jacket here, and the 59 coming from the box set in translucent blue vinyl is in the frame. I just thought it was kind of cool to put them together. I don't play the 59. I leave it in there. My go-to copy is, wherever I put it, is the MoFi. Is that MoFi edition. That is absolutely my go-to copy to play. So, sounds great. But special, this is pretty special. And then the box set, the reason why that's in there, yeah, it looks cool. The vinyl sounds, in my opinion, terrible. And I'm not an audiophile. Michael, your system, I don't know what it is, but I know it's a lot better than mine. So having said that, the 50th anniversary edition with the translucent vinyl, it's cool to have. I thought, hey, they only made a limited amount of them. I really enjoy the album. I'm gonna get it. So I got it. Sounds terrible. That's why it's in there, and it looks good. The rest of the box sets over there, I don't even think I haven't played that in a while. So again, my go-to is the MoFi. Got to get that. So another special album. Some people probably have never even heard of him. He had one or two hits in the 70s, but he's special to me for a number of reasons. Jonathan Edwards. Jonathan Edwards, he's from New England. My family has actually gotten to know him a little bit not like you would call him on the phone or anything, but enough to where I showed up at a show one time, and his wife was like, "What are you doing here? Last time I saw you, you were in Maine. Now you're in Virginia." And I'm like, "Well, I live in D.C." Anyways, it was a weird story, and for her to recognize me was kind of special. But my family does go and see him when he does play. My mother, she got myself and my sisters, especially my younger sister, into music, and we just never looked back really. And listening to this album brings me right back. My mother passed away a number of years ago from cancer, and some of the greatest memories are going to some concerts. One of them, a bunch of them, we've seen him a couple of times, and just to share that with her. And Jonathan, after my mother died, Jonathan, my family went up there, talked to him, and right before she died, went up there, talked to him, got a picture with him. It was fantastic. I don't know if I have a picture of that around. If I do, I'll put it in the video, but I don't think I do. So that was really cool to share with her. And then after she passed away, my family went to see him again and talked to him, and he actually asked, "Well, where's your mom?" And that's when he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." So super nice guy. Jonathan, awesome. I love it. The hits from the 70s, Sunshine, look it up, Sunshine by Jonathan Edwards. I'm not going to sing it. You don't want that. But, and the other one was Shanty, right? So Shanty's last song is side 6, Sunshine's the first side of the B-side. The 6th song of side 1, and then Sunshine's the first side of side 2. Great songs, and every song on this album I just love. I was able to find it in almost mint condition. There's a little cutout right there. You can't really even see it. But here's the cool thing. It comes on this cool pink Capricorn label. So I had to grab that, and being a quasi collector, and I was like, yeah, man, love it. So that's very special to me for that reason. We would sing Jonathan Edwards songs all the time. Second one, weird, but Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. My mother, again, into music. My mother passes away. She left the kids a little bit of money, and I said, okay, I'm gonna. My mother and I used to talk about cars too, and music, and so she passed away. She left us a little bit of money, and at the time I was in a decent position, so I was like, well, I'm gonna spend the money and on something special that my mother would have liked. So I never said it was smart. I just said I did it. So I was driving by to or from work one day. I think it was to work, and I was driving by a car dealership, and I saw this Corvette convertible. It was 2004, shale gray with black top, taupe interior. Thing was massively gorgeous. And it was just sitting out front. So I drove in. I said, hey, is that thing for sale? And he's like, it just got here, and we haven't even washed it yet. And I go, hold it for me, and I'll be back, right? So long story short, I ended up buying this car. Again, I didn't say it was smart. I just said I did it. So every time I drove that car, it reminded me of my mother. But I go to pick it up at the car dealership and crank it up, handshake, thank you very much. I'm on my way home. It's the very first song. I popped the radio on. The very first song, Spirit in the Sky. I was like, whew. And I didn't know what to think. I was like, okay, Mom. I was like, I don't know what you guys believe about life after death or whatever, but I thought that was a special moment. I don't have the car anymore. That was sold years ago because it was just a car, but that was a special moment. And that reminds me of that song. So I have the record now, and I can replay that memory anytime I want to. So that was my last special. Okay, moving on. Remaster edition, box set, whatever. Something I would want remastered. There's not a lot of these around. So this one here, I don't know if you're going to recognize it, but it desperately needs a repress and a remastered. I don't know what you got to do it, but we need to get this thing remastered. Abbey Road from the Beatles. Not enough around, my friend. So we got to get this done. Not really. MoFi edition sounds good. I wouldn't mind. I have I think a second or third press of a mono or something like that. But I'm not crazy going to find the album and trying to find the best pressing of it. And I enjoy the MoFi edition, but I just figured that would be funny to say. Now, truthfully, this album, I love the album. I've been searching for it for like a best pressing. You know, I just love the album. She's amazing, and the album is amazing. So Blue by Joni Mitchell. I think this is probably the best copy that I could find on Discogs. Excuse me. It's the HMV Classic Collection. It's limited to 2,500. See if I can show you guys that. I don't know, 2,500, and I've got 660. Okay, it's a box set, but it's only one album. So see if I can show you that. It sounds amazing. It's a German company. Michael, you might have heard of them. HMV Classic Collection. I've got two of these editions now. I've got the Van Morrison Moondance edition, and that sounds pretty good. That sounds actually really good. There's just a couple pops in my copy, but it comes on the Reprise label, right? Just beautiful German pressing. Comes with a little I don't want to say a book, but a little handout or a booklet, I guess is the best way to say it. Some great pictures. And anyways, it's a nice little essay about Joni and some really cool pictures, okay? It's a couple of news clippings in the back. So that's pretty special edition, and it sounds amazing. It comes with, if I can get it out, comes with an actual jacket. MoFi, take note, actual jacket. That's kind of cool. You might have seen the jacket with this yellow sticker on different pressings and different records of Discogs. That's HMV. Again, really a nice presentation. Sounds amazing. Great pressing. I got a wonderful copy of this album. A little letter. And then other available copies down here. That's when I found Moondance. I said, oh man, that would be really good to get. Other copies, they're saying Fleetwood Mac Rumors, Elvis Presley Sun Collection, Gene Michael Jarre Oxygen, Led Zeppelin 4. I wouldn't mind getting that one. Eagles Hotel California, another one I'd like to get. Doors LA Woman, Neil Young After the Gold Rush, Marvin Gaye What's Going On. All classics. These are all classics that HMV pressed in this little box set, and they're very limited to what, 2,500 I said? 2,500 copies. Lou Reed, Transformer, Van Morrison, Moondance, Joni Mitchell, Blue, Elvis Costello, My Aim Is Time, The Who, Who's Next, Stevie Wonder, Talking Back, man, Velvet Underground and Nico, Velvet Underground and Nico, and then Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? I would love to get the copy. This is such a great presentation of what they put out, and you hardly find anything on Discogs about these copies. You got to go into the pressings themselves to look up HMV. You look up HMV, and there's just not a lot of it on Discogs, unfortunately. And that's it. That's the box. Nice cloth, whatever coating, very high quality. Enjoy that very much. So that's my video. It's Michael, if you're still watching, hey, thank you very much for all your stuff. that you put out, your content. It means a lot to me because I don't watch TV. I watch my YouTube guys, including you and everybody else that I mentioned. And I can't deal right now with things that are in the news and it's drama, right? That's why we love music. Escape from the drama. Just appreciate the artists for their talent and just get away from the politics and the drama that's going around the world right now. And that's why I love it. And so thank you, Michael, for doing your videos, and everybody else, like I said, but this is videos for Michael. And I appreciate you and the content you're putting out. And actually, this is my first video. I've never done a video, and I hope to do more because it's not that difficult. And heck, if Chris from Tunes from the Man Cave can do it, so could I. So anyhow, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe. I'll be putting out more videos for sure. Go over to 1441 Engraving. I'm going to be trying to put out videos over there. It's really hard because I'm busy, but I do have the Instagram channel for 1441 Engraving, which is where all my videos and content really is. That's where I live on social media. So that's that. 1441 Vinyl also has a Instagram channel, which I'm just starting up. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching. Take care.